Hi, I'm Eric Cummings, and this is my video for my global learning project in my T150 class for the first cultural interaction. Um, I actually just kind of recently had the interaction with my partner for the global learning project. His name's Jong Woo. I just recently met up with him. We just went to Big B's and we had a conversation over some coffee. I'm not a coffee person, so I just had hot chocolate. But yeah, we had a conversation about what his culture was like and what my culture was like, and he's actually like really acquainted with American culture too because he what I learned is that he was born in Korea and he went there for a while until he was in like junior high, and then they moved to South Africa, which definitely has more American influences there. And he went to a South African school for his freshman year of high school, but then his sophomore year, he started going to an American international school in South Korea or South Africa. That's what I meant. So definitely, so it's kind of interesting to hear about that because he's lived in South Africa for a really large portion of his life too, and what he was telling me about the the education culture in South Africa is that it's a lot different from what he did in Korea because in Korea it was a lot more strict from what he told me. Like it was a lot more homework and you had specific schedules for doing everything, and school was basically your life in Korea. School was basically every part of every day was school, and from what he told me, he didn't really have any kind of a break at all. And then when he went to South Korea definitely had more of an emphasis on fun, and he showed me a lot of pictures from parties he went to and stuff. And South Africa, sorry, I keep saying South Korea, but South Africa definitely had a lot more emphasis on partying, on kind of just having fun, and it sounded a lot less strict there. And a thing that I found really interesting that he told me was that if you for South Africa, the homework you get in high school, they each homework assignment has like a designated amount of time associated with it. So it's like teachers will tell you, "Oh, this is 30 minutes of homework or this is an hour of homework," which I found really interesting because here in America, like teachers just kind of give you homework and it takes however long it's going to take you. It takes a completely random amount of time. But in South Africa, they were like, "Oh, this is an hour of homework. This is 30 minutes of homework." And he told me that if you were ever given more than 2 hours of homework, the teacher would move that assignment to the next day, so you wouldn't have that homework anymore. And it's kind of cool. Like, I wish that it worked that way for some of my classes in high school. I mean, that would have been great. But I mean, I thought that was pretty cool, and it was cool hearing about South Africa, and definitely a lot of American influences because he said he went to an American international school for his last 3 years of high school, and uh, sorry, I'm looking at the thing here. He said that a lot of the things that made him happy in high school were actually kind of the same things that made me happy because what makes me happy is doing well academically and also hanging out with my friends and stuff. And what made him happy was that stuff too, and also his acceptance letter that he got for MSU. He talked about that a lot too, and same here. And it was kind of cool talking about the musical stuff too, because it doesn't sound like music has as much of an influence in the schooling system over in South Africa, and definitely not Korea. But it's so cool though hearing about all the differences and stuff. I'm gonna take these last 30 seconds here to say what else we talked about because that was only like 20% of the conversation. We went on a giant tangent about movies and stories and writing and music and all that kind of stuff. We went on a giant tangent about that, and we were talking about Christopher Nolan movies. He loves Inception. He loves Shutter Island. That's not a Christopher Nolan movie, but we both love movies that make people think, and I just think that's so cool that we went on a giant tangent about that, and it was really awesome. I gotta go, kids. It's 5 minutes.